Is Keith Thurman really a champion? Is he really a champion? Is Keith one time Thurman, is he really a champion? Is he really? Some say that he's the king. Is he really? But it's one thing that I have seen of Keith one time Thurman, that he has a heart of a champion. But I have doubts. I have a clouded judgment when it comes to Keith one time Thurman being a champion. You know, he said that he's cut from the cloth of old. You know, he's cut from past fighters' cloth. You know, some boxing fans, you know, they're very critical when it comes to the alphabet belts. I'm not a historian. I'm not a boxing historian. I'm too lazy to be all that shit. All that research and all that shit. And I leave that to other people, you know. But some people, they don't like, you know, all the alphabet belts and too many champions out there with all these extra belts, you know, WBC, WBA, IBF, WBO, UUU, and TTI, and all this other bullshit. Let's see here, intern, championship belt, Ring Magazine belt, what else? An elevated belt. The fuck? Come on, man. You are, I mean, I guess to some boxing fans, Keith Thurman, you still a prospect. You know, even though you fought some stiff competition, you fought some big names. Yeah, you did. But maybe you still a top prospect. You know, hey, if you want to go with the old school criteria or the old school standard, how things used to be when it was maybe one belt or a couple of belts, I don't see you as a champion. I mean, this is not to knock you, Keith one time Thurman. You know, like I said, in a couple of fights that I watched of you, I did notice that you're a tough ass fighter, man. I give you that. And I also seen that if you are to become a champion one day, you will have the heart of a champion, and I believe that you will retain and defend your title because you have that heart of a champion. But in my eyes, Keith one time Thurman, he ain't really a champion to me. That's just my opinion. That's just the way I see it. Like I said, it's not a knock on you. You know, it's not a knock at all. I didn't see you defeat a champion for a belt. I didn't see that. You know, somebody say you was in a tournament and you fought guys that was ranked, and we know the ranking system is bullshit. We all know that the ranking system can be manipulated. We all know that the sanctioning bodies can pick and choose, cherry pick who they want, you know, in their ranking system. They can pick and choose who to give a belt to, you know, whether you earned it or not. But if you was cut from the old school, then you would somehow feel like you didn't earn the belt that they given you, you know. I think that you will feel somewhat ashamed or have a cloud over your head, like, am I really a champion? Did I really earn this belt? Was it given to me? I was elevated. You know, I was an intern champion. You know, I was an intern, whatever the hell that is. You know, was it an intern back in the day? Was it an intern champion back in the 80s, the 90s, the 70s, the 60s, the 50s? Were there intern champions? And if they were interim champions, were they elevated to be a champion? I would like to know. Like I said, I'm not a boxing historian. I'm pretty sure there's some guys out there, that believe that they are boxing historians. They do their research, they do their due diligence. But me, I just don't. Some things I research, some things I just don't. But it's one thing that I do believe, and one thing that I do know is that I didn't see Keith Thurman defeat a champion for the WBA scrap. No, he was elevated to become champion. Yes, he was. Like I said, maybe Keith one time is still a top prospect in some people's eyes. Just like Errol Spence, he's a top prospect. He's number 8 in the WBA. Matter of fact, that's the same sanctioning body that Keith Thurman is the champion of, WBA champion. Keith Thurman, WBA champion. Errol Spence, top prospect. That's pretty much sitting on the sideline. This boxing shit, man, it just ain't the same. It's not the same at all. Why they got this top prospect on the sideline collecting dust? This man got all this talent, all the skills to put on display for the world to see, and for some reason they holding this kid back. He's only 2 years behind Keith one-time Thurman. Errol Spence is. And then Keith Thurman had the nerve to call him a boy. I wish I had time to go back and get that interview. That interview where Keith Thurman called Errol Spence a boy. Man, you really trying to son this boy, as you called him? You really trying to son Errol Spence? Fuck all the talking, man. Just get in the ring and show us that he's your son. Get in the ring and prove to me, mainly me, I want to see this fight anyway. Fuck what everybody else think, Get in the ring and show us, or mainly me, that Errol Spence is a boy to you. Whoop his ass. He ranked number 8. Motherfucker, he's ranked. He's ranked in your sanctioning body. The sanctioning body that you have a belt. Fight him. Fuck you waiting for? You know what I'm saying? Talking about some, we'll fight years to come. Man, fuck all of that. I mean, boxing already putting on shitty fights. Seen a shitty fight couple of weekends ago with Paul Malignaggi and Danny Garcia. That was a shitty fight. The fuck? Make this shit happen. Make these top prospects fight one another. But they want to chase down Floyd Mayweather. They want to chase this old man down. They want to fight this man. And they ain't trying to fight each other. That's just my take, YouTube. Like I said, I didn't see Keith one-time Thurman defeat a champion for his belt. Did Keith Thurman fight champions? Yeah, he did. He fought ex-champions that lost their belts, but he didn't fight a champion for his belt.